My golden child brother accused me of abandoning his kids because I refused to raise them while he sorted things out. Now he's screwed. I am the responsible sibling, the one who's always had to be the backup plan for my golden child brother Tyler. My entire life has revolved around picking up the messes he leaves behind, while our parents fawn over him like he walks on water. Tyler's the charming one, the risk taker, the one who dreams big. That's how they explained it when he dropped out of college, moved across the country with some girl he barely knew, then showed up back home 6 months later, broke and jobless. Every time he crashed and burned, my parents had some excuse. Meanwhile, I graduated, got a steady job, bought a modest house, and raised my 2 kids on my own after a messy divorce, with zero help from them. So here's where the story gets enraging. Last month, Tyler called me in a panic. His girlfriend, now ex, was leaving him. Not surprising, considering he had cheated on her again, and she was taking a job overseas. But here's the twist. She was leaving their 3 kids behind with him. He was frantic. "I can't do this alone," he said. "You're the only one I trust." I asked the obvious question. "Why not mom and dad?" He paused, then said, "Well, they're getting older. You know how mom gets overwhelmed, and dad's got that back thing." "Right, but I work full-time. I have 2 kids of my own, one about to start high school, and I didn't sign up to raise his kids because he can't keep his pants zipped." Still, I said I'd help, as in babysit sometimes or take them for weekends if needed. But that wasn't what he meant. He wanted me to take custody, full-on guardianship, while he sorted things out, whatever that meant. I said no, politely at first, then more firmly when he kept pushing. That's when the guilt parade began. Tyler cried, said I was heartless, said his kids needed family, and that I was all they had. No, they have him. Then came the phone calls from our parents. "Sweetheart, this would be temporary. Think of the kids. Your brother's just going through a rough patch." Rough patch? He hasn't held a job longer than 6 months in the last decade. He's missed birthdays, pawned family heirlooms, and lied his way through every family gathering with a new excuse for why he's starting over. I told my mom, "You made him this way. You've babied him his whole life, and now you want me to fix it?" She hung up on me. Then, the coup de grace, last Sunday. I came home from the store and saw my brother's car in my driveway. I walked in, and there they were, his 3 kids, sitting on my couch with their backpacks, lunch boxes, and a single garbage bag of clothes each. Tyler stood up and said, "I knew you'd come around. I'll call in a few days once I'm settled." I looked at him and said, "You need to leave. Take your kids. Now." He went ballistic, said I was abandoning his children, that I was bitter, that I always hated him because he was better liked. Then he did the worst thing imaginable. He turned to his 9-year-old son and said, "Guess Auntie doesn't love you enough to help your daddy." I saw red. I got down on my knees and told the kids this wasn't their fault, that I loved them, but they had to go with their father. Then I looked at Tyler and said, "You will not weaponize your children against me. Get out." He stormed out, dragging the kids behind him, muttering how I'd ruined his last shot. I haven't heard from him since, but my parents are furious. I'm being painted as the villain, the cold-hearted sister who let 3 innocent kids down. Even extended family is messaging me, calling me selfish, saying, "Family takes care of family." A few weeks passed. I blocked Tyler. I stopped answering my parents' guilt-tripping calls. I focused on my family, my job, and the peace that followed after years of being dragged into someone else's chaos. Then something happened that made it all worth it. I got a call from CPS. They said Tyler listed me as an emergency contact, and they were conducting a welfare check. Apparently, he'd left the kids at a friend's house for 3 days. No clothes, no food, nothing. The friend called the authorities. They asked if I could take the children temporarily. I paused. Then I said, "Not until you investigate him." Full story on channel. Link below.